Call Jamie Kyle, 423-381-3429.
It's time for our weekly Logan-Thompson Law segment, and this morning, Ira Lee is representing the Logan-Thompson Law Firm. Our friend Ira. Good morning, buddy. How are you?
Good morning, Steve. I'm great. It's great to be here on Mix 104.1 this morning. How are you doing?
I am doing great, and I know this is School Board Appreciation Week. Tell me about this.
Absolutely. So as many of you know, Logan-Thompson, we love being a part of this Cleveland community. We believe that being a local law firm means more than just serving clients, but also giving back to the community that has given so much to us.
Certainly so, and I know that you've got a school board member, a guy that I went to high school there at the firm.
Absolutely. I do want to take a moment to shout out Matthew Coleman of Logan-Thompson. He serves on the Cleveland City School Board, Matt, he's very humble about it, but that's just another way that Logan-Thompson likes to give back to the community. You're going to see us in your churches, in your school board. You're going to see us in the local grocery store when you're shopping for overpriced eggs and bacon. But Matthew, he's a very, very giving person, and serving on the school board is just another way that he does that. I do want to also, give a shout out to the other school board members, both Bradley County and Cleveland City. Whether you take a moment just to give a kind word or a handwritten thank you note, which seems hard to come by these days, or even just a moment of recognition for all those that serve. They serve and volunteer their time to make sure that the students of Cleveland and Bradley County truly are looked out for and are raising up the brightest minds possible.
Ira Lee joins us, the Logan-Thompson Law Firm, and I want to sort of ask you something else about subrogation. What does that mean?
Right. So today, this is a topic that we can easily get in the weeds on, but my goal today is just to scratch the surface and give a general idea. So for those just tuning in, again, my name is Ira Lee. I'm an attorney at Logan-Thompson. I focus mainly in personal injury, do some divorces, child custody, general civil litigation, business contracts. But subrogation tends to fall into the personal injury category. And so in my experience, what I've learned is subrogation is not a term that people are familiar with. Whenever they walk in and you're explaining all the steps of a personal injury case, you get to subrogation and their eyes get really big. And they say, you're telling me I don't just get my settlement, give you your attorney fee, and that's it? And so I just want to take some time to really dive into subrogation. So let's first start with the definition of subrogation. Subrogation is the process in which an insurance company that has paid money on your behalf, they seek to be reimbursed those costs. So Steve, if you're in a wreck and you have to go to Bradley Medical Center, formerly Tenova, if you have to go there and your insurance pays, let's say, $5,000 for some x-rays and your initial checkup, you would submit that to your health insurance, and then we would request those bills and records. And then at the end of your case, we have to worry about paying back your health insurance that paid that $5,000 on your behalf. And so that part is the gray area that we get into when we're trying to resolve a case for our clients. And so let me kind of break you through how a typical settlement plays out. Okay, so over the course of your treatment, we were able to get a settlement. Out of that settlement comes your attorney's fees. Out of that also comes your expenses, and expenses can be anything from ordering your medical records. It can be paying for doctor's depositions, expert testimony, in private investigator if we have to go out and investigate the accident scene. And then that's where most people think it stops. But then subrogation comes into play, and then that's when we have to worry about paying back all those providers and health insurance companies. And so having an attorney is really, really crucial, I think, to navigate the subrogation area. And it's like this. Let me give you an analogy. I'm a big analogy person. People make fun of me at the office for it all the time. Yeah. But let's think of cars of past and cars of today. Cars from the 50s, 60s, even the 70s, you could pop the hood. If you needed to change your oil, it was pretty simple and straightforward to do. Most people could navigate their way through something like that. But with today's cars, everything is electronic, and you have sensors and all of these these new parts that you really have to have a very specialized knowledge in order to work on. And so that's the expertise that we're able to bring to the table in order to navigate these subrogation claims. There's a doctrine in Tennessee, it's called the made whole doctrine. And this is something that, of course, not many people know about, but essentially it's a legal principle that allows us to make the argument that if your settlement is not enough to cover your medical bills, your lost wages, your pain and suffering, we can make the argument in some cases that you have not been made whole, and we don't have to pay back the subrogation either in whole or in part. And so insurance companies, they like to make the argument, well, you have been made whole. So it truly is a battle that requires some pretty intense negotiations at times. Of course, everyone wants their money, and it's our job to make sure we get the clients the money and not the insurance companies. Let me give you a real-life example of how this would work. So for example, I had a client recently. We were able to obtain a fair settlement. It was the policy limit offer. However, the medical bills were $60,000, and so that was way more than what would have left him at the end of the day to put in his pocket. And so through subrogation, they were trying to be repaid for the full $60,000 that they had paid out. However, through negotiation, through arguing the made whole doctrine, and quite frankly, just through the knowledge and expertise we have of getting these negotiations, we were able to get those medical bills reduced down to $25,000. Oh, wow. And so that $35,000 went straight into his pocket. A dollar saved in subrogation is a dollar that goes directly into your pocket.
Well, we're joined by Ira Lee with the Logan-Thompson Law Firm. So why is it so important, do you think, to hire an attorney to help with subrogation? And what difference can it make?
Right. So I just touched on a few of those, but really we know Tennessee law, okay? And like the made whole doctrine, that's a very good example of Tennessee law. Now, again, as we talked about at the beginning, we could get in the weeds really quick on this. Sure. And there are some plans that you have to pay back certain portions to, but by and large, the made whole doctrine and knowing Tennessee's laws can help us negotiate those down. We also are able to push back on insurance companies when they try to make the argument that you have been made whole, or that, well, we think you owe us the full amount of this bill. We're able to, whether it's reducing our fee or, having a global settlement that lowers the medical bills of other doctors, and saying, look, this is a team effort, and we're really trying to put the most we can for this. Is all about the client. And we're sometimes it just depends on how you phrase it to people.
Well, this is obviously a wonderfully relative subject to a lot of our audience, and obviously a deep subject. And so what I would encourage you to do is visit the Logan-Thompson Law Firm. You can go to LoganThompsonLaw.com, and then Ira Lee join us. Ira, give us a phone number in case people want to call and find out more, because there's a lot to this.
Absolutely. So if you've been in an accident, or really for any of your legal needs, give us a call at Logan-Thompson. We'll walk you through the process. We'll fight for you, make sure every dollar is put in your pocket that we can. Remember, your settlement is to help you recover, not to line the pockets of the insurance companies. So call us today at 423-476-2251. Ask for myself or any of the other great attorneys at Logan-Thompson.
It's Ira Lee, our buddy Logan-Thompson. Ira, thank you.